Continuing on the Domino's postgame report, Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck fell behind by 21, but rallied, and in a game with zero margin of error, had some big-time miscues in pivotal stages late. Gotta love your team's intensity, both offensively and defensively after halftime, but yet another game where a team did some things that it typically doesn't do that built the lead and just too deep of a hole to dig out of.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you're right. I think they really shot the ball well initially, so you give them credit for that. But I think it's pretty obvious though, once our guys were able to sort of adjust and get locked in, defensively speaking, they start 8 of 10 from the three and then finished 3 of 23.
Yes.
So they really sort of got back to their sort of norms. But our start and our ability to handle that punch wasn't as polished as I would like. And you saw it. I mean, we got it there to maybe 10 or so late in the second, and then miss layup, turnover. You know, we just sort of missed the opportunity. And I would like to say that that you take something positive from it, but to be really honest, that's becoming a very frustrating loop that I'm sort of getting tired of saying. At some point, guys have just got to, and we collectively as a team have got to complete and finish from start to finish a game, and maybe hopefully it's the next one.
Given what went down on Saturday with the crazy way that you lost Anderson, did that impact the start to this one?
I don't want to think so. I mean, you and I sort of jokingly talked about the last couple of days, and to say that I didn't have the last 3 days I've had more calls. It was almost like I had a death in my family. People calling like, we're so sorry. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, that game, man, that game's over. We got. So I don't know. We didn't really talk a lot about it as a team. We tried to intentionally move beyond it quickly and start focusing on, the next opponent. So I don't want to say that that's a part of it. I don't really know for sure, but I wouldn't like to think that.
Is it then a similar feel to the Newberry game? On the road at Eliezer Arena, where the Wolves made shot after shot, and the response maybe wasn't as crisp in the face of that as you would have liked. Is that a fair comparison to make?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you know how I am, Kev. I mean, I'm all about controlling what you could control. Mm-hmm. And philosophically, I think the more you do that, you give yourself a better chance to perform at a high enough level that's worthy of a win. We don't really talk about outcomes. We don't talk about, let's go win this game, or we talk about, the things that we can control, and I think that reality is more easily embraced by some than others. We have a lot of new faces, and you'd think that'd be a really easy sort of philosophy to embrace, but it seems to me, especially this season, It's not been that easy. A lot of guys have sort of struggled with that reality. I mean, we had the reunion this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many former players made the comment to me from being around our current team and from just talking with them and watching. They're like, it's real obvious that you've got guys that want to be about the right things. They do, but they've still not completely adjusted and really understood that, like, you don't go in there and keep your eye on the scoreboard. Like Jared Johnson. He's like, CB, we never talked about winning and losing, and we never did. We talked about those things tied to winning and our ability to do them for an extended period of time up until 40 minutes. And this team hasn't yet really got that in their blood yet, and hopefully at some point it'll click. I wish it was yesterday. I wish it was a month ago, but it just hasn't done it yet.
Biggest takeaway is you finish up this string of 4 games out of 5 where you're on the road and heading to Coker on Saturday.
It doesn't matter to me whether we're playing at home or away, man. Our issues aren't about the opponent. Our issues aren't about the location. Our issues are about us. Our issues are about us and us collectively coming to terms with what winning requires. winning and losing both have requirements. You know, if you can sort of digest that, you want to do those things that give you the best chance to win, and you want to eliminate those things that give you the best chance to lose. And we obviously, compared to the competition, at this point at least, tend to do too many things that lead to losing.
Chuck, pleasure as always. We'll talk to you Saturday at Coker.
Great. Thanks, Kev.